everyone, welcome to or back to my channel. I'm so happy you're joining me today. So my apologies for not uploading last Sunday. I'm still recovering from the flu. It took a tremendous toll on my health and energy. I had to take a week off of my classes. So it was just a lot, but thankfully my boyfriend was sick at the same time as me, so we could conjoin forces and get through it together. Anyways. So basically in today's video I wanted to give some advice pertaining to choosing the right major for you and what I did when I realized I picked the wrong major for myself and how I was able to bounce back and pursue something that I actually like. So to give you guys a little backstory, I'm currently a sophomore in college, and when I enrolled, I was going to be a computer science major. So if you're unfamiliar with what being a computer science major is, it's basically learning a lot of coding, different languages in coding and things like that. I was primarily doing Java, but I was also introduced to other languages as well. So basically, I was under the influence that I was going to be happy doing this in college. I studied computer science in high school, my junior and senior year. In my senior year, I was doing an AP coding class, which is basically advanced placement, where you can take an exam at the end of the year and you can potentially earn college credits. I'm not sure whether or not I got the credits. I may have and just decided to retake the same material my freshman year because that's what I ended up doing. So I pursued something in STEM. I mean, my parents also had a large influence on me. They just wanted to see me succeed and be happy and financially stable, and I understand their viewpoint at the time, thinking that pursuing something in STEM was basically the #1 chance at doing that, because at the time it was guaranteed you're gonna get a job. So that's what I did. My freshman year, first semester, I was taking coding. Granted, it was the same material I was doing in high school, so I had that knowledge to kind of push me forward and help me in that first semester. So I kind of just got by on stuff that I already knew, but once second semester came around, I was being introduced to completely new material, and I was struggling so much just to stay afloat with all the coursework, and it got to the point where I had to withdraw from one of my computer science classes because it was just way too much for me, and I was really having a hard time. I was not doing well on the assignments or anything, and then I could focus more on my other computer science class, which I wasn't struggling too much in, but I still needed a lot of help. And in order to keep my scholarship and not go on academic probation, I really had to go hard that semester. I went to a lot of office hours. I pursued lots of help, and it took a lot of hard work, but I managed to get through it. But after that experience, I knew it just wasn't cut out for me. I would sit in class and just look around, and I just knew I just didn't belong. I just didn't understand. I wasn't passionate about it at all. I just felt really lost and unhappy. So obviously, if you're in the same position as I was in, and you have already been enrolled in college, you're already in the classes, and you realize this is not the path you want to take, I highly recommend going and seeing your academic advisor or your academic counselor. I went to go see my academic advisor pertaining to withdrawing from that one computer science course and basically just changing my trajectory of what I wanted to study, which, by the way, I switched over to communications. But yeah, I really do recommend going and talking to them. They'll know the answers to every single question you'll ask, what classes you'll need to take, if you need to switch schools, stuff like that. Also, it really helps to have a little support system. I know my parents, although they did encourage me to pursue something in STEM, they were also very supportive of me choosing to go into communications, which is basically polar opposite field. I really do appreciate that, and also my boyfriend was a big help. So definitely, if you have people who will listen to you and steer you in the right direction, that's really helpful. So basically, I also want to talk about if you're potentially going into college, you haven't yet started it and you're applying, I really implore you guys to sit down with your guardians, your parents, whatever, and really talk about your future. because I feel like too many kids who are completely unsure of what they want to do, which is granted completely okay, because to me it seems really crazy to ask someone who's fresh out of high school, naive and just unprepared, what they want to do for the rest of their life, and then that decision affects everything. I really just feel like it's too young, but that's basically what the system is in the United States. So a lot of kids get swept up into that. They end up being undeclared, or they end up choosing something they just aren't ready for. So basically look at all your options. I really feel like, although it's untraditional, college may not be the path for you, or maybe just a traditional 4-year college. But honestly, look at taking a gap year to really figure out who you are, and to maybe have a part-time job on the side to help sustain yourself. But that's definitely an option that more people should look into. And I feel like it has a stigma, oh, taking a gap year, you're lazy, you're lost. No, taking a gap year is honestly much wiser than just jumping into something where you have completely no idea what you're doing. Also, there's trade schools and many other shorter than just 4 years, like 2-year trade schools that can teach you skills that you can go right into the workforce afterwards. Those jobs surprisingly sometimes earn you more than what you would get after you graduate with a bachelor's degree in whatever field. And also, if you have the drive, if you have the passion, believe me, you can do something on your own without going to college. It takes a lot of determination, it takes a lot of hard work, but there has been plenty of successful people which have completely ignored the path of going to a college and just started off on their own, doing what they like, starting a business, whatnot. So it's totally okay not to know what you want to do. But I personally find that jumping into college completely not knowing what you want to do may be a little unwise. Of course, I've known plenty of people who have gone into college being undeclared majors, and they just get all of their general education requirements out of the way, and that sometimes helps them figure out what they want to do. But my personal opinion is that's a good idea if you definitely know you want to be in college and you definitely know you want to get a degree. Otherwise, you're basically just spending your money doing exploring when you can get all of that education for free online. Granted, that's why I'm saying you should definitely know you want to be in college if you're going to do that, because taking the general education requirements is obviously going to help you because you need those to graduate. So again, it can help if you definitely know you're going to get a degree. However, if you're just completely unsure of your life and you're just in college to be in college, I feel like it could be a waste of time and a waste of money to some people. So I hope in the future it's a little bit different. The system is a little bit different. I was definitely one of those students where I thought, okay, I'm not quite sure what I want to do, or if I even want to go into a university, but I'm going to apply and I'm going to go because I know for sure that's just something to fall back on if I ever needed something to do with my life. Compared to where I was last year pursuing a computer science degree, I am way more happy considering I'm actually studying something that I find interesting. Again, I'm unsure what the future holds for me. I'm sure maybe possibly I will be doing something in communications. I definitely know that at the end of the day I want to be my own boss. I really appreciate having my own creative direction and just pursuing my own personal brand, but I could definitely see myself helping other companies pursue that in marketing, advertising. We should also acknowledge that college is very hard nowadays. I really think college is harder than what it used to be back then. There's just so many more requirements, so much more competition. It's crazy, honestly. So remember to always take time for yourself. Remember to take a deep breath. And even though it may seem like grades are everything, grades are not everything, and they're not the end of the world. Your mental health and your physical health always comes first. And I can sometimes struggle with that balance because I have a scholarship that I need to uphold, and you get that pressure of trying to do well on every single assignment, so you kind of keep your GPA afloat, and definitely that's important. But also at the same time, you have to make sure you're taking care of yourself, because if you start to ignore your own mental and physical health, well, that's essentially just going to affect how your grades are looking. So definitely look out for yourself, number one. Number 2, try to explore other options before you decide to fully commit to a college. I feel like a lot of people regret their decision to go into university studying a different thing than they actually wanted, or even go into the university when they wanted to do something else. There's definitely other options out there for you, so don't feel pressured to do what everyone else is doing. Always do your research. I'm not saying four-year universities are bad. I'm enrolled in college myself, and I am pursuing a bachelor's degree in communications. So obviously I would be a hypocrite saying that it's bad. It's not all bad. It's definitely worth it if you know that's what you're going and wanting to do. And then if you're already in college and you find yourself unhappy with the path that you're taking, I highly recommend just breaking out of that cage and really just facing your fear and say, okay, I'm going to change what I'm doing with my life. And it may be a little bit scary, but I promise you, you'll really appreciate that you did that for yourself. I'm so happy that I decided to change my major. I just feel good about the future, and that's what everyone should be feeling, honestly. So if you're feeling really nervous, upset about what the future holds for you, the best thing you can do is change it right now. So I really hope this video helps at least one person who watched it. I believe this video will be up March 1st. That's the next Sunday. And then the next Sunday after that, March 8th, I will be going to Miami for spring break. I am so excited, and I'll definitely be having another video up then scheduled to post when I'm traveling. But all throughout my time in Miami, I will be filming and vlogging, and I will definitely have a vlog up of my trip. So if you want to stay tuned for that and want to see just more videos of mine in general, you should definitely subscribe down below and turn on the notifications so my videos don't get lost in your little YouTube feed, and you'll see me every single Sunday. If you liked the video, please leave a like down below. I'm still recovering from that flu. Remember to wash your hands. If you liked the video, please leave a like below and comment. Just please join my little community. I really hope it grows and thrives in 2020, and I really hope to be able to spread kindness, inspiration, and just overall positivity here on this platform. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!